Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, and once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here just under 56 cents. For the most part, XRP had some slow upward movement today. It was somewhat of a green day. But because other cryptocurrencies are really popping off right now, it has people once again saying that Ripple is suppressing the price of XRP. You see, is this true? XRP holders 589. Ripple 6T bots, 4T bots, XRP holders, and the price at 50 cents. But David Schwartz says, we stopped programmatic sales of XRP. That happened all the way back in 2019. And they even addressed this in Q1 2023 XRP markets report as well. But Bill Morgan goes a little bit beyond that and says this. The first step in this process you outlined is not from the open market as quoted in the document Joel Katz posted. It is a direct Ripple sale to a customer. I am not only looking at the text David highlighted, but reading it together with the next statement. Read together, Ripple only selling XRP in connection with ODL transactions and sourcing XRP only from the open market. How does that explain how XRP released from escrow and not re-escrowed reaches the market? In other words, what he's talking about is every month when Ripple releases that 1 billion tokens, and then they go on to buy back like 800 million of those tokens. What about the other 200 million? Where does that go? Does that ever reach the actual market? Or is it being sold off to ODL customers? And we know there's some demand for on-demand liquidity right now. And I think the reason the price of XRP isn't moving the way we would all like to see it moving is because there's not that much demand yet. That demand is still going to come later. At the same time, I think Ripple is also trying to stabilize the price of XRP as well. Because when they get involved with institutions don't like volatility. And that's why Ripple can attract more institutional investors if the price of XRP remains more stable. But I don't think that they're using bots anymore, like people want you to believe. But what's your thoughts on that? Is Ripple still holding the price down, or are they just stabilizing the price of XRP right now? Ripple's XRP could be the key to gold-backed stablecoins amid potential adoption by global banks. Now, every once in a while, people go back to talking about a gold-backed XRP. And like we see here, we've been vocal about the World Bank, IMF, and World Gold Council openly discussing the need for a gold-backed stablecoin for central banks to tokenize gold reserves. My opinion was always this. If XRP becomes gold-backed, great. It would make some sense. But even if it isn't, and it's moving gold-backed stablecoins or gold-backed central bank digital currencies from one bank to another, XRP would still have to be sitting at a high value. So either way you look at this, it's a win-win. But it's not only XRP, it's XLM as well. XDC, these ISO cryptocurrencies. And we know the IMF has always looked at XRP and XLM in this way. But, you know, as we move into the future, we are going to see gold-backed currencies being used by this country and that country. BRICS is on their way to that right now. I think the U.S. is as well with that U.S. Treasury dollar. But no matter how this plays out, it's a win for XRP holders. BRICS calls SWIFT out for being biased towards U.S. dollar. Could this be the catalyst for a change to the current global financial payment system? I believe all SWIFT transactions will soon be processed via XRP Ledger. Now, I think Swift is definitely going to utilize Ripple and XRP. Now, when it comes to BRICS, because they want to break away from Swift, they could use RippleNet and XRP independently away from Swift. In other words, Swift doesn't even need to be involved. And it shows you how RippleNet and XRP is better technology than Swift. Now, is BRICS going to go in this direction? Well, you look at where we are positioned with XRP right now. Big banks in India utilizing XRP. Russia in the past has talked about Ripple and XRP. Some banks in China already utilizing Ripple and XRP as well. Then you look at South Africa, where Ripple's going very big right now, plus Brazil as well. That's why I said, whenever I mention that BRICS is going to utilize XRP, right away people say they're never going to work with the US company. But the way you listen to Brad talk, Ripple is now a global company at this point. They're positioned all over the world. They're no longer just a US company. They just happen to have a branch in San Francisco. That's the way I look at it. And time will reveal all the facts along the way. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse emphasizes that XRP tackles a multi-trillion-dollar issue. And you know what else is holding back XRP? The fact that we're still tied up with the SEC. Take a listen to what Brad says about Jamie Dimon.
Other digital assets out there. When we talk about Jamie Dimon, we first have to recognize where he sits. He sits at the top of the global financial infrastructure. There are a few banks, of which JPM is certainly one, that make billions and billions of dollars of profit by virtue of that perch. 99.9% of banks don't make money in this ecosystem in terms of cross-border payments. Jamie Dimon makes a technical term of a shit ton of money by sitting there.
So Jamie Dimon makes a shit ton of money off of cross-border payments. Now think about Jamie Dimon, what his thoughts were back in 2017, 2018. And he's sitting there saying, okay, we're making a pile of money. And then all of a sudden comes Ripple and XRP, and they have a fantastic solution to cross-border payments. It cuts down all the cost. And when you cut down the cost, you're taking money out of Jamie Dimon's pockets. So, of course, he goes to his politician friends, and through the use of the SEC, they slow Ripple down. And at the same time, they're slowing us down as XRP holders. I think if this case would have never started, we would be looking at such a different XRP today. Most likely, we would already be sitting at double digits. But instead, we're still tied up with the SEC and waiting for that case to come to a final end. And you also got to remind yourself, JP Morgan sent their people over to talk to Ripple back then before the case even started. Do you see where I'm going with this? And then all of a sudden now they have JP Morgan coin, which nobody's going to want to use other than JP Morgan. No other bank's going to want to touch that. So once Ripple does get that clarity, I'm talking about when this case finally comes to an end, and XRP, we already know, has legal clarity. Wait until that case finalizes. It's going to happen so fast. XRP is going to be utilized by so many banks here in the United States. They're also going to be utilizing on-demand liquidity. Ripple Labs bought Medico for $250 million in May of 2023. Citibank announced partnership with Medico in June of last year. Citibank is now testing the tokenization of assets on-chain. Connected dots. You cannot have tokenization at scale without custody. And that's why that acquisition was so important. Brad not only took us in that direction, but he positioned XRP Ledger perfectly for tokenization. We are going to see so much value come from tokenization this year. Ripple to acquire standard custody and trust. Difference between a bank and a trust company. A bank is a financial intermediary, accepting deposits in their reserves and making loans against those reserves. In other words, when you put your money in the bank then lends out your money. A trust is an arrangement that allows a third party or trustee to hold assets or property for a beneficiary or beneficiaries, but does not allow for the trust to use those reserves to facilitate other business. In other words, when you're using a trust, they can't lend your money out or your assets or borrow against them, whatever the bank does. And I think Ripple acquiring standard custody and trust, that had to happen as well, because I think some of these big institutions, they're going to want to keep all of their tokenized assets in a trust as well. It's all starting to come together, and it's all starting to make sense on how big this is actually going to be. I think by the end of this year, we are going to be looking at a much different XRP. The price is going to move so fast when it happens. Then there's this, and I got to remind you of this once again. While watching fellow YouTubers in the community this morning, I witnessed several AI-generated scam ads, including Larry Fink, BlackRock, Fake Free Bitcoin and ETH giveaway, and Brad Garlinghouse Ripple Fake Free XRP giveaway. Do not click on the links, scan the QR codes, send your crypto to an unknown wallet. This is not real. You will lose everything. I can't tell you how many IMs I have received from victims of this. I gotta remind you, nothing comes for free. Ripple is not gonna double your XRP bag. Whenever you see these AI-generated scam ads on YouTube, do not do anything. You gotta keep your crypto safe and also get it off the exchanges as well. No exchange is 100% safe either. We are getting too close now for you to lose your crypto. I see it happen all the time. People on X saying, I just lost all my crypto. What do I do now? And you know, they expect something for free. That's what leads them to lose their crypto. When something looks too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And there for a while, those AI generated ads, they kind of disappeared, but now they're back once again all of a sudden. But you know, we are getting close to the finish line. You could see how everything is coming together. Even outside of crypto, real world events are giving us signs of a new financial system about to rise. And you want to be holding crypto. You want to be holding XRP when that happens, because that's when the excitement will begin. But until it does, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.